Natural disasters occur all the time, but can be difficult to teach within a classroom setting. We will be presenting a framework for teachers to utilize when teaching a lesson on any natural disaster. We are providing a formula for addressing this content in a virtual world in an interdisciplinary fashion. The first phase in the framework discusses the ins and outs of natural disasters, how they form, why they form, and the scientific explanation of each. The second phase allows students to watch nature unfold virtually right before their eyes. The final phase will allow students to experience the cleanup of a natural disaster from the perspective of a first responder through virtual role-playing activities that simulate first responder responsibilities. While classrooms and even a Second Life virtual world provide hands-on activities, this teaching environment journeys students through 3 distinct locations, each allowing up-close, stimulating encounters that would not otherwise be possible in real life.
As students journey to the first phase, they have the capacity to experience natural disasters in a whole new way. This textbook animation phase takes the content of a textbook and plays it out in front of the student, seeing the eye of the storm or the center of a tornado. While classroom-based instruction can allow students to see a storm develop via video or read about a first-hand encounter, this teaching environment not only allows students to see a tornado up close, but allows them to create the elements of a tornado.
In the during phase, students can become more than the eyewitness to a natural disaster. They can become part of the natural disaster. The virtual environment is advantageous because students can be swept away with debris, float in ravenous waves, or spin in a tornado cyclone without injury.
Students become active participants in the cleanup of natural disasters in the final phase of the lesson. Using a role-play environment, students can pilot a helicopter to survey damage, act as medical responders to victims, participate in search and rescue, or serve on a cleanup crew to rebuild damaged infrastructure. While a virtual environment does not allow students to use all the modalities of multiple intelligences, such as kinesthetic learners, we believe this learning environment mitigates this disadvantage by engaging students in an interactive video game-like style.
Those teaching in classrooms with limited or poor access to technology or virtual worlds may face more practical challenges to this lesson. We believe, however, that many of these challenges could be intrinsic barriers. The teacher's belief that virtual worlds are not appropriate learning tools due to its game-like interface. This virtual teaching environment gets students connected to subject matter that has never before been accessible in the classroom. The lesson strives to not only transmit knowledge about natural disasters, but show students the complexity of the environment and public and private response in human tragedy.